right, guys, today we got to talk about something super crazy. Like, absolutely out of this effing world. That's how crazy it is. So, yesterday, some news broke that was pretty interesting. And by interesting, I don't mean like good interesting, I mean bad interesting. So, let's get straight into it. News broke yesterday that some teams have emerged as front runners for trading for Deshaun Watson. Now, there's a couple questions that need to be answered here. Number one being why? Why would teams suddenly be emerging as front runners for Deshaun Watson? Why would the NFL allow a trade to happen? Now, nothing has gone down as of recording this video. So, if this video comes out and he's already been traded, then I'll put out another one tomorrow reacting to the trade. But I'm assuming that nothing's going to happen. So, let's get into this. The two teams allegedly that have been confirmed as frontrunners are the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Now, the thing that both of those teams have in common is they have a young quarterback that is perceived to be a little bit shaky at times, a little bit inconsistent, a little not as confident. That these teams are not as confident in their quarterback as other teams in the NFL are. So, for these two teams to be allegedly the two front runners for trading for Deshaun Watson is very interesting, because why would these two teams want Deshaun Watson? Well, I know why because he's a very talented quarterback, but why would they want him when the Dolphins have Tua and the Panthers have Sam Darnold, who they just traded for this past offseason as well? So they'd be trading for two quarterbacks in the span of an offseason. So it brings up another question. Is this all a smokescreen? Or a better word would be a farce? Is this all an illusion to try and keep the interest of Deshaun Watson going, because nothing has really come of his sexual assault cases? There hasn't been a trial. There hasn't been any more accusations. There hasn't been any charges filed officially against him. He's not in prison, so like it's kind of gone cold, basically, is what I'm saying, for his problems that he's having. So I feel like we can't overlook the fact that this could simply be his agents and his publicists and his PR guys, all of these people drumming up some interest just to keep Deshaun Watson in the news in a good light, so that people don't forget about him, so that he doesn't fall off and just become like nobody cares about it anymore. So this could also be a possibility. We can't overlook that. So that's also what I'm leaning towards. Although, as of right now, I have not heard if the Dolphins and Panthers have declined like interest. I don't know if they've denied these rumors or if they've said no comment, which means basically that it's true. So I have not heard anything about that. But I'm leaning towards this is just to keep the interest going of Deshaun Watson, letting the people remember that Deshaun Watson's actually a really good quarterback that is wanted out of Houston before all this sexual assault stuff happened. Or if people forget about that, Deshaun Watson wanted to get traded before all this came out about the massage therapist and all that stuff. So he still wants out, but now it's just it's a muddy, murky mess to get through now. And I was reading the article about Deshaun Watson possibly being traded to the Dolphins and Panthers, and I've seen later on that the Dolphins are the number one frontrunner. The Dolphins have surpassed the Panthers as the number one frontrunner for Deshaun Watson. So this article is saying, so if anybody's going to trade for Deshaun Watson, it's going to be Miami. And I saw in that article that the Texans still have an asking price of 3 first-round picks, plus a couple second round picks, maybe some third, some fourth, some next year pick. I don't know. It's a very steep price for Deshaun Watson. It's a very steep price. I've even seen some articles saying that they want 10 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. So who knows what they actually want. But I know that they want multiple first-round picks. They want some second-round picks. They want some future first-round picks. They want future second. They want a lot of draft picks for Deshaun Watson. Now, back 18 months ago, or a year ago, right before this stuff happened, when Deshaun Watson actually wanted to be traded and he was actually a valuable asset, and he actually was almost about to be traded before all this stuff came out, I could see a team giving up multiple first-round picks. 3, 4, 5 first-round picks, 6 even. I heard rumors back then that there were 6 first-round picks offered, or at least that's what the Texans wanted. So I could see back then that the Houston Texans would want that many first-round picks. But with everything that's gone down, with all the uncertainty of the future of Deshaun Watson, not just on the field, but off the field, I don't see how the Texans can even get a first-round pick for Deshaun Watson, let alone 3, 4, 5, yada, yada, so on, so on. I can't see how they even get one. And I can't see how, if they agree on a trade, I can't see how he actually gets traded, because the NFL, if you guys didn't know, the NFL can veto trades that they deem not fair or not even, or they can veto trades. So there's no way that with all this stuff going on, with all these assault allegations and charges and all this stuff, all this mess swirling around Deshaun Watson, there's no way that the NFL will allow a trade. Because one, I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson's on the commissioner's exempt list, or he's on the verge of being put on it at the very most. And there's no way. There's just no way that the NFL would allow Deshaun Watson to be traded. So even if there was a trade to be agreed upon, the NFL would have to step in. I would hope. I don't know for sure if the NFL would deny the trade, but I would hope that they would, because you can't have Deshaun Watson moving teams in a massive trade. That would be the biggest trade of the offseason, probably in the last 5 years. That would be the biggest trade. You can't allow that to happen with all this stuff going on off the field. You just can't do it. So I would hope that the NFL would see that and deny this trade. But who knows? Who knows, really? So it's just, I don't know. I do know why. Because the PR guys and the agents, they all want Deshaun Watson to stay relevant. They all want him to stay in the media so that he doesn't lose interest from fans and from the media themselves. So this whole story just like popped up yesterday, and it was crazy. It was trending on Twitter. It was going crazy. Deshaun Watson possibly being traded. I don't know. It was a wild story. I don't see anything coming of it. But that's just my opinion. I don't think that the Dolphins will trade for Deshaun Watson. I don't think the Panthers will trade for Deshaun Watson, mostly because they have quarterbacks that they haven't really seen yet. I mean, we've seen Tua a little bit, but we need to see more of Tua before you just dismiss him. You can't just move on from him before you even see what's going to go on. And Sam Darnold, we haven't seen in Carolina yet. We've seen him in New York. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.